What is the zone? I gotta get in the zone. How do you get in the zone? What is it? How do you get there? Well, stick around in this video. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Hi guys, and welcome back to Chasing the Tour. I'm Jeff Herman. This is my adventure into trying to get to the Champions Tour. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click the subscribe, the like, and the bell button so you get any new videos that I post. So this is super exciting for me. This is the biggest review that I'm going to probably do for some time, and I think that makes a big difference for so many people, and that's over the mental golf type. So what they do is they've produced a program that will literally help you get to the zone. And so many people are looking for that zone feeling, and when we get there and experience it, sometimes we're like, I have no idea how I did that. I played out of my mind. I've never played that well. And so this program is set up to help align everything for you to get there. So you'll see down below there is a link. Click on that link and it will take you to this site. And on this site you'll see some different pieces of information, but the one most important is this one right here, Get My Mental Golf Type for free. So go ahead and click on that guy. And what this will do is it will step you through an actual quiz. So what they have found is that 94% of us that take this quiz actually have a different personality trait on the golf course than they do in normal life. So if you've taken like a DISC test or any kind of personality assessments, then you kind of get where you're at. You know, you're an introvert and extrovert, but when it actually comes to golf itself, it is totally different. So what you should do, and you can go ahead and pause right now if you want and go take this quiz because I'm very interested to hear your results. But it's going to lead you through a whole bunch of different questions about what you're like on the golf course. So let's jump into taking the quiz. And what we're gonna do is you just simply go through and answer a whole bunch of different questions about your personality trait on the golf course. So for instance, on the golf course, I am more quiet than what probably a lot of people think. They probably think I'm an extrovert and I'm very talkative and I want to interact with people, and really when I'm on the golf course I become quiet. I become an introvert. My mind works best on the course when I am talking about shots out loud or thinking through shots in my head. And I am very much thinking through shots in my head. I'm taking in so much data, I really don't say a lot out loud. And so that starts us on that whole flow. I'll let you guys go through it on your own and figure out what kind of golf type you are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually jump out back to where we were at and kind of talk about what are the different golf types. So there are 4 different facets to everybody's golf type, and it kind of starts with an extrovert or an introvert. And you will see all these different letters and assortments. So when you're actually through taking the test, it's going to give you what your characteristic is. And I am an INTP, and that is the course strategist. And what they do is they actually build a mental training program for you specifically for your golf type. So once you're done with your test, they're going to email you a login information so you can actually come into the system and see what your golf type is. And what they're going to do is give you, once you sign in, they're going to give you this training portal. And part of this training portal is basically giving you a snapshot of your characteristics and a little example of what one of the videos would be. So I am an introvert, and under that concept, then what I will find is a little piece of information about what the introvert is and how it relates to golf. And so this is all the free part. So it gives you all this information about when you're extroverted versus introverted. It talks about how to direct your mental energy, what stresses in your golf game actually impact your mental energy. It talks about different concepts behind how to utilize your knowledge about being an introvert. And so what introverts should do. You should direct your energy internally. What are the stress indicators? Well, as an introvert under stress, I become an extrovert, which actually makes sense. I know that when I start having a bad round and really start getting frustrated, I start talking a lot more, slamming my club on the ground, expressing a loud frustration. And so what that does is that is actually continuing my building my stress on the golf course. And so what this program does is it teaches you how to see those stress indicators and how to divert you back to actually being back on track and getting back to that focus. So you go out and you have a double. How do I get back? It's you go down your checklist of, okay, I need to, get internal. I need to step away from my group and like kind of recharge. Maybe I'm going to, let the person I'm playing with, if I'm in a cart, let them drive the cart to the next hole, and I'm just going to walk to the next hole and just be quiet and, refocus. And that is what I have learned about myself going through this program. So one of the things that really sold me on this was watching the two examples that they gave me. So in your training portal that you receive for free, one of the items that I brought up was an introvert. Now, what he does is he actually breaks down the concept of what an introvert is. And just let's jump into this real quick so you can get an idea of what is in this video.
Welcome to the first facet of your golf type, and this is your internal battery. This is how you stay mentally and physically charged up the entire round. This is how you think you're clearest, this is how you stay focused, and this is how you really keep yourself out of stress. So obviously when we have a fully charged battery, we're going to be good. We're going to feel great, we're going to think clear. When we get stressed, which is our biggest performance inhibitor, is when the battery is going to be drained. You're going to get exhausted, you're going to get testy, and there's going to be some things you do that are outside of your kind of natural qualities, which we want to go over. So there's two really main concepts that you have to understand as an introvert. And these are okay, as much as the world may tell you it's not. But, the first thing for you is you want to have quiet time, especially in between shots. You're going to think you're clearest when you're inside of your own head, okay? This is how you stay super focused, and that's okay. And it's important that you really conserve energy. So as an introvert, when you get stressed out, you will tend to lash out. You'll tend to maybe cuss. You'll tend to maybe slam a club. And then things will start to happen. You can get distracted by other people, by sounds, by all these things external. These external cues are a sign of a stressor for you, because you're going to do everything a little better internally, and you're going to process things better internally. You're going to feel better when you're internal. Again, I know the world wants everybody to be extroverts, but it's okay for you to have your alone time and your quiet time, and you need that. And I'm sure that people ask you, why are you shy? Why don't you talk more? And especially on the course, you can seem shut down, but that's just okay as a competitor. Now, you don't have to totally shut yourself down from everybody. You can still have interaction, but you're going to want to keep that limited, because that's where you're going to feel your best. And again, that is okay. You can have that permission to do that. Now, I want you to think about some of your best rounds versus some of your worst rounds. And my guess is that your best rounds are when you probably played with a group that was quieter, allowed you to just kind of be in your own internal world, versus some of your worst rounds, I bet, were the ones where you were more talking. And it might have been, again, in that very negative way, lashing out, or you just played with some competitors that just chatted nonstop and it started to bother you. So we're going to make sure that you have strategies for what you need to do best so you can always stay into your best mode, because now that you know these things are a stressor, it's very important.
I decided to go ahead and get the INTP level 1 training. Now the trainings are actually built for you individually, completely through your golf type, based on all the different traits. And from an INTP perspective, it talks about what are the introvert concepts, and it talks about how do I maintain my energy. And when you go into each one of these videos, it actually breaks everything down even further than what he's explaining and gives you all sorts of notes and information for each different concept. And so it's not just a quick, here's a video and I'm going to write down all the things I just said in my video. There's actually a course, there's a study book, there is, what are your training plans? How should you spend your time? How much time do I need to spend? So you're gonna see that it breaks down each of the different concepts. So I is my introvert concept, and then it will go down through and break that even further down. Now, as you go through and you watch each one of these videos, there is a bunch of information in addition to what's in the video and how to recharge your energy. And this is what we reviewed just a minute ago. The next concept is your attention focus and mind's intuition. So one of the things that really shocked me was, by trade, I'm a computer programmer, I'm a project manager, and so I'm very detail oriented, I'm very analytical, and before every round I would go into the course, like do a flyover or use some app to look at it, and I would lay out every shot. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna hit driver here, then a 3-wood, and that should leave me, near the green to where I can probably just chip on with a sand wedge. On here, I am not going to hit driver. I'm only going to hit a 5-iron and land somewhere out about 130. And so I would actually step through every single shot. And what this has taught me is that's not the best way for me to play. Because I'm intuitive, it's best for me just to show up and see what I get for that day, see what are the conditions. And when you actually are standing on the tee, look out, see it, feel it. And so it's more becoming an intuitive response versus trying to lay it out and be very specific about what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go, and just go with the feel of things. So the next concept is the T portion of my character, which is thinking concepts. And it goes over, I need to be focused on the task and then the people. How are my decision-making process, how is that going to work? And it's going with my head versus my heart. The concept 3 is a shot solver. So decision making. What are the decisions I need to make, and what do I need to look for when I make those decisions? And then the P is perceiving concepts. And so, it's how am I getting things done? It's what is the approach I need to take when I'm on the golf course? What are my practice routines? So this is another completely crazy idea that, I've read all the books on, Bob Rotella, Thinking Clearly, Peak Performance, Zen Golf. I've read all of these books and come to find out there's not one pattern to every person. It's totally based on your personality, and which has really shocked me. And so, when I go to practice, it's best for me to not necessarily have a very black and white plan, and I have to get in 5 shots, within a 10-foot putting range, and I can't move forward until that happens. Or, chipping, I need to get up and down 5 times every time. It gives you lays it out for you on what are the concepts for practice that works for me and won't frustrate me and will get me to that next level. So if you made it all the way to the end, thanks for watching, and be sure to click the subscribe button, the like button, and the bell button. We'll see you next time. Get in the zone. Auto zone. All I know is that fountain's making me need to go to the bathroom. This is the worst part. Oh my goodness, oh.